At the Rancho Costillo, boredom gives way to danger, flirtation, and whispers of revolution. Doris Silver's life is about to become anything but dull. Doris Silver sat lazily in the patio of Rancho Costillo. Time had dulled the thrill of the hacienda's beauty. Except for old Juan, the men were absent, and she craved the spark of social contact. Books and magazines offered only diversion. The clip-clop of a horse caught her ear. She turned lazily, and life leapt into her eyes. A man was approaching. "What are you doing here?" she asked. "I might say I'm here because you are," he replied. "Pretty, but not true. You didn't know I was here." "I know more than you think," he said, flushed but removing his hat. She laughed at his tension. He was her dancing bear, once joked Lee, and she delighted in teasing him. "You haven't answered. Are you welcome here, Mr. Brennan?" "She's a hellion," he bit out. "One of these days I'll tame her with a whip." Doris's amusement grew. "Don't be silly. She didn't mean to hurt you." "She's going to care less about it," he threatened. "Oh, talk big," she said, tilting her chin. "Stick around," he said ominously. "For how long? I'm fed up with Mexico." "They'll begin happening soon," he warned. "A revolution is coming." Doris sat up, eyes bright with excitement. "No, nothing so interesting as that. That's why Miss Lee Reynolds says, 'Pretty please,' to the man who wasn't good enough to be her foreman," Brennan said, smirking. "Even if there's a revolution, they wouldn't bother Lee," Doris argued. "She's over here with Governor Gabilondo's permission. That's enough. Meggers will oppose her," Brennan said, revealing more than he should. "No need going into that," he added, guarding his secret. Doris laughed at his protectiveness. "If I'm nice to you, will you save me? Do as I say, lie low, and I'll take care of you," he ordered. Her teasing continued, but he pressed for details. The size of the herd, the men with it, and the mysterious Smith. Doris could only answer lightly, hinting at Jack Hadley. At that moment, Hadley arrived. Doris clapped her hands. "Prompt to your cue again, Mr. Dragonslayer," she said. "Saying pleasant things, I'm sure," he replied, bowing gracefully. Brennan bristled, and Doris smiled at his frustration. "He thinks we'll have a revolution. But he promises to save me." Hadley's attention was elsewhere, focused on a maguey plant, yet he listened carefully. Doris teased further, their playful banter sparking a wave of excitement between them. "Are we going to Palo Duro?" she asked. "I'm getting supplies. Miss Reynolds said you might like to come along." "You've saved my life, dear man," she said, fervently. "Already? I've been almost bored to death," she replied. "Maybe I can cure that ailment," he said, and they laughed. The pulse of flirtation quickened. Mexico was beginning to reveal its surprises. A revolution simmers, secrets unfold, and the trail to Palo Duro beckons. Who will survive the coming storm? Episode 8 awaits. Subscribe now for Episode 8 of Beyond the Rio Grande. Frontier adventure, intrigue, and romance continue.